So, Miss Kathy, super excited to chat with you. For those that don't know who you are, why don't you give us a little rundown of who you are, what you do, where you're from, and who is Kathy?
I I'm Kathy Melanson. I am actually in Weymouth, Massachusetts, which is just south of Boston, not
Awesome.
too far from the Cape. I own my own brow gallery, so I'm an eyebrow specialist. So I focus on waxing or tweezing to shape the brow, and I also tint the eyebrows. So I'm all about the eyebrows.
Perfect.
I've had my own business now for 6 years, but I didn't really focus on it until like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
And now I've just been on a journey to build, build, build.
Awesome. Well, I know it sounds like you are building right now, so I'm excited to talk about that. But ultimately, I want to talk a little bit about how we got connected and how we met in the first place. So, if you don't mind, like maybe share a little bit about your journey to meeting the Robity Bosses family and team.
Okay. I knew because I do a lot of reading.
Hmm.
Um, so I started off with different books and, how to improve myself and everything. I got to the point with my business, I knew that I wasn't seeing myself truthfully to see what my problem is and why I couldn't break through to the next level, that
Hmm.
I needed some help. So I was going online and I was looking around at different coaches, and none of them really connected with me.
Hmm.
And then I think I saw your ad with Katie, and I was like, oh, what's that? So then I clicked on, and it's just been great since then. I think I've been in your program now for, I don't know, time's flying by. It might be a month. It might be a month. I'm not sure.
Awesome. Well,
Because I started off in the university, and then
right.
I clicked up to Elite.
Awesome. Perfect. Got a place to start, and then now we're going heavy into things, making sure we move a lot faster. So I love that.
Yes.
What would you say like was the biggest like problems or issues you were having that had you looking for help? Like what were you facing at the time?
I knew I needed help learning how to reach people in a better way. Like
Mhm.
I've always run my business on word of mouth and also some Facebook, but
Gotcha.
I didn't know how to do ads. And I knew that I needed to kick it up a notch with my marketing and, just knowing how to do that. And I needed some support too.
Gotcha. So trying to figure out just how to get your name out there, your face out there, and get clients finding you for what you're obviously very good at. So, um, and also get a little maybe a kick in the butt as well, from what it sounds like.
Right. Hold me accountable. That's what I needed.
Absolutely. Awesome. So what made you like, you talked a little bit about it, but like what made you want to choose the Robity Bosses team? Sean Ad from us, like what ultimately made you think that like this is
This is it.
what I need? Yeah.
Well, when I first started looking at your program, it's hard to find programs that are for cosmetologists or estheticians. I'm
Hmm.
an esthetician. Mostly everything that I could find out there was geared towards women in business, but not, I needed it to come down the funnel a little bit more to
Yeah.
match me a little bit more. And that's really hard to find. Well, I found it very hard to find. So when I saw what you guys offered, even though I'm a brow bar and there's not many brow bars, I'm the only one in my area,
Hmm.
um, other than like Benefit Cosmetics. That's my only competition. Um, Even though I have to take everything you say sometimes and pivot it so it fits me, I'm fine with that. Like I'm really good at doing that, like saying, all right, but I liked the community that you offered, the support that you offered, because I didn't want to deal with a company that had the people that were advertising in the background. I
Right.
like that you and Katie were right there. You're right here for me. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean?
Right
It
now.
just, yeah. And it just makes me feel more connected.
Absolutely. I think that's so important. Like, it's not always just about the secret marketing hack or strategy to get yourself out there. That's like a very small piece of it actually is the strategy. Like the biggest, you know, thing that's going to set you aside and get you out there and get you successfully really growing your business like you are right now, which we're about to talk about, is your ability to, get around a community of people that are all going through the same process, but also around someone who can light that fire under you and make sure that you're actually doing the work, right?
Yes.
Because like,
Yes.
you know, I could give you the perfect strategy, but if you don't implement it, it doesn't help anybody, right?
Doesn't help.
So,
Right.
and you've been awesome at being self-motivated as well in the process. And I'm excited to jump into the results here in a moment. But how about you give in your own words a little bit, like how you feel the process, even we're about a month in with you working with us kind of more hands-on, right? So like, how do you feel like that saved you time and or effort with joining the team versus if you were just to do it on your own?
Oh, it doing it on your own, you're inside your own box. You have no way to have any thoughts that take you out of that box. You're just thinking about and you hit the walls. With this program, I get to hear people in the field, your input, Katie's input, Christina's, Veronica's, everybody's input that helps me get over that wall.
Right.
It's, just have, I don't know if that answered your question, but
no, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just like, do you
have
feel like
that exposure.
you feel like it's made the process faster to get what you need to
Yes.
do?
I've gotten so many ideas. Whenever I even listen to you talk to other people, I'm taking notes saying, how can I spin that for me? How can I use that for me?
Absolutely. That's a perfect mindset to have. Like a lot of people, especially in this industry, like are looking for the copy and paste or, can I just take this and throw it into my business? But like, while that may be the case in some instances, like a good professional business owner who's going to grow is someone who can take foundations, fundamentals, strategies, ideas, and craft them into their own business.
Yes.
Like what you're doing, you have a very unique business, right? You said not a lot of people in your area do it. So you have to figure out, how do I take what's working, for these people or for these services and make it work for me and my clients, right? And you've done an awesome job of that. So when you
it does take some thought.
yeah, of course, it's going to take work.
You have to think.
100%. What do you feel like when you first heard about us? Did you feel like it was something you wanted to jump right into, or did you have any hesitation at first, or what did that look like?
No, because I also have a legal background. That's my other career. So I was able to really, I kind of vetted you guys. I was like, what do they do?
Right.
What kind of results have they gotten for other people? And it's just something with me that you just get to that point where it clicks. It just clicked, and I was like, all right, I need to find out how I'm going to make this work. And I had concerns with being out of work and everything financially. But then when I realized this is an investment in me, I'm going to make this back. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just such a good partnership. I just jumped.
Awesome.
I was like, I want to do this right now.
Awesome. Well, I definitely want to dive into some of the results that you've been getting even just this past week. Like, it's been crazy. And like, that's really what I wanted to hop on right now, because like, you've got some momentum going, and like, I want to pick your brain and kind of find out what's specifically working to both help anyone who may be on the fence about getting some help, but also the people who are already in this process and program, so they can kind of understand like what's worked for you, so they can kind of go out and get in there and done it too.
Right.
So with that being said, what are some specific results you've been able to accomplish in the past, couple weeks?
Coming out of, because Massachusetts just opened today for estheticians. So coming at the end of COVID, not even 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks, I saw that I had 100 clients on my book. And I said, I need to get to 150. So I sat with your program, I print things out, I have my binder, I went through that whole creating the process, what is it? I'm sorry.
Promise the process, right?
Yes. I went through that, and I developed my post-quarantine brow love. I called it an event because I figured that would just bring me in new clients for June.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are a week later, like at opening. And as of today, I have 195 clients on my book in 9 days.
9 days.
9 days with 195 appointments in it. So it's going to be wild, but I got those appointments by posting organically, my post quarantine brow love, which gives them 50 for new clients, 15% off of a brow wax. So they're coming in at $18.
Okay.
I have had, I would say, 28 new clients off of that. That is being posted on my brow gallery page, my personal page, and a mother's group. But what I did is I asked people on my page and on both pages, show the brow gallery how much you love them by sharing this page, by sharing this. And so many people shared it. I didn't even have to give them anything.
That's awesome. They just
shared
did
it.
it. You just asked them and they shared it.
And it was just those 3 organic things. But the minute someone reaches out to me, I've always been really good at the customer service piece. I reach right out to them with a text and say, welcome to the brow gallery. So you really have to build that relationship from the get-go. And then as they're coming in today, I am focusing on getting them to rebook for next month for the upsell. So they come in with the $18 brow, but next month they have $35, $45, $50 services booked.
Gotcha. So you found a good way to get the client in the door for a very attractive in the door offer. And it sounds like this has been working consistently. It's not like just one post and that's it. It sounds like it's been working for the past few weeks. And you have a good process to take that lower ticket entryway appointment to turn it into something more long-term, higher ticket, stuff like that for ongoing retention as well. Perfect. I think that's amazing. I actually did want to share your, this is the screenshot you posted where you said you had an original goal for June was 150 clients. You hit that, and this was, I think, all within the past couple weeks that this
that was on June 20th. Yeah.
So yeah, June 20th. Today is what? What's the date?
The 22nd.
June 22nd. So this was 2 days ago you posted this. Original goal for June was 150. Hit that. Stretch goal was 170. You hit that. Today's stretch goal was 180. You said you hit that too, and this was on June 20th. And then today you said I hit 190 in 9 days, but now you're telling me it's a 195.
I just checked it before I got on the call earlier. I'm at 195.
Whew, that's amazing. That's like
amazing.
I mean, your target was 150.
150 coming from 100.
Coming from 100. So you almost got like 100 more. You doubled the amount of clients, and that's not like 5 to 10 more appointments a week. That's like how many appointments is 100 in the time you did it? Like, was it 2 weeks it took you to book these 95 appointments or almost 100?
Yeah, say 2 weeks for almost 100.
That's insane to me. So like 2 weeks it took you to book basically 100 clients.
Yep.
How does that feel?
It's awesome.
That's got to feel amazing.
I'm so excited.
Because this is the stuff that people struggle with the most is getting the attraction model down, like figuring out how to get people to come to see you. And it sounds like, you know, it's happened in a short period of time, but you've figured out a strategy, if not multiple strategies that you can use to create that effect whenever you need it, right?
Yes.
So tell me, like,
I wanted to say just for the people who are dollars, like who don't understand, like I have this many appointments, but they only have 5, but they don't understand. Like my dollar amount that I'm making from the 195 in 9 days is almost $4,500. So just so they can see, because my services are lower, so I have to have more.
Right, and these again are in the door appointments that are going to ultimately, a high percentage at least, is going to lead to long-term standing clients who come back. How often do they come back?
I would average every 4 weeks.
Perfect. So, and then the average ticket price after they're coming in, you said about like 35. So $35 to $50. Maybe we could even, when you get more clients, get that prices up. You know, you could potentially have, even if it's half of the people you currently have that stick, that's like 50 clients who are paying $50 a month, which is an extra, what, 50 times 50? I'm going to get my calculator out just to show this. So 50 times 50, you've got at least from this amount of volume, like an extra $2,500 in monthly recurring that can come from this, right? And that can just continue to stack however big you want to take it, right? So I'm very interested to hear now that you, like, what do you think your revenue was before this month? And what do you think your revenue will be like after a month like this? like total monthly volume?
Next month, I am going to probably hit, for the whole month, I'm hoping to hit 6,000.
Perfect. 6,000.
Yep.
And
And
so
then as I build it, I'm going to go to 8 and then 10 and then
awesome.
go. Yeah.
Amazing. So what do you feel like, I mean, how does it feel to be able to book this amount of appointments? Like explaining to when, before you joined this program, you were struggling to book this many. Now you're doing it. Like, how does it feel? Like, is there a sense of confidence? Is there a sense of like, I'm thinking what happens next, or like what's going through your head right now?
Not only am I super excited, that this is happening, but I feel so validated that sitting down while I was in quarantine and really working on the modules and really doing the work, making all my changes that you said, even the low hanging fruit, like I've done everything.
Yeah.
It validates that I made the right choice, and it makes me happy to know that as I move forward, especially with you guys having my back, that I'm going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. So it motivates me for the future, and it validates how hard I've worked, so it's really awesome. And then now I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, but I just also today, I don't know, I didn't tell you this, but I did hire someone. So
Nice.
I have a receptionist. She came in half a day today. So I have a receptionist, and that's making it much easier flow.
Absolutely.
So I'm just so motivated to just get even bigger. I think I'm going to get there even faster than I planned. And a little bit, I get scared a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit scared.
It's like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God,
gosh,
what's happening?
I got some work to do, right? It's like,
Mhm.
here's the thing though, it's like the best problem to have when you run into those issues where you try to figure out how am I going to, what's next, right? Like, I thought it would take me a lot longer to get this amount of clients, but now I'm doing it. What do I do next? And a lot of people don't think that many steps ahead. Whereas like, if you get the client attraction down, you always should be thinking next step ahead, because then it's not a problem anymore, right? And
Right.
have you even ran an ad yet, or has this all been organic?
It's organic.
All organic.
It's this,
That's
what I'm
crazy.
getting these clients off is all organic.
That's so
I,
crazy. Not
yep,
running not a single dollar spent, just all organic.
right. This is all organic.
That's
And
so
don't forget that the ones also, it's from utilizing the first part of the program by reaching out to clients I already have and
right.
keeping in touch with them and asking them for referrals. Just really using all that information has helped me work on the clients I have to make sure they're in here as well.
Absolutely. Especially after like COVID, you gotta, make sure. I mean, if you're ever looking for a jolt back in your numbers or a jolt in clientele, you should always start with the people closest to you, right? So
Yes.
like giving them a call, getting them back on the books, asking for referrals. It sounds like you've taken all the steps correctly, and everyone I talk to who is successful tends to literally just be the ones who are doing the work. It's not easy, I'm sure. I'm sure it took you some time, but you're
Right.
doing
But it's fun.
right. It's fun when you start to see the results,
I
right?
love it. Yeah.
So tell me, like, how long did it take for you to start seeing results from the moment that you kind of stepped in to the Real Beauty Bosses program? Did it take like a couple weeks, couple of days, a couple months?
No, I was seeing results. Now, results to me were also traffic coming into my Facebook page, that type of thing. I was seeing results when I started to make those changes. I would go on, I saw results right away by joining different Facebook groups.
Mhm.
Because right at the beginning, I changed my Facebook page and, the personal one, and I would bring people on and I would reach out and tell them what I did. And I was getting a couple people booked that way too. So I was seeing results right away.
Awesome. So like when you say right away, just so someone who may be wondering how long will it actually
Oh,
take me? Is it like
hours,
really? It's like hours.
hours, hours. That first day, I changed up my Facebook page, and then I went on to the mothers group. This is like everything, the city I live in. I asked like 50 people,
Hmm.
friend requested, and then I made a post on Everything Weymouth. I did an ask post. I said, hey, you know, this is what I do. What do you guys, you know, let's get to know each other. What do you do?
Hmm.
And that was big for me. I got people interested asking me what I do. I got a few clients booked. So
Perfect.
honestly, it was, for me, it was within hours, days, and it just keeps building.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. There's sounds like there's gonna be so much
So
more to
excited.
come. It's awesome. So like, what do you feel like you like most about the program, the community, or me and Katie in general? Like, what do you feel like has been the most beneficial or impactful part of this that would maybe set it aside from another program or process?
I would think the personal connection, the being able to, um, I like to celebrate my successes, and
Hmm.
I don't have anybody in my personal life to celebrate it. So
Yeah.
when I post something, like people just go, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great, Kathy." But I think that is really important to me, and makes it one of the top things is that connection. I'm going to
Right.
use connection because I feel connected when I post something and say, "Yay, this is happening," or if I
Ring
have
the
a
bell,
question.
right?
Yeah, when I ring the bell, I get that feedback that's really right away. And that connection makes me feel like I have people in my life who care about me and my business. And,
I
you
love
know,
that.
and that's what I love the most about it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's what we're trying to create is obviously a family of people like yourself who, know they're capable of doing more. They know they can do it. It's just like I need a reason to do it, and I also need some back support along the way because no one can achieve massive success all on their own. Like we all
Right.
need, someone in our corner or a bunch of people in our corner who are rooting for us. It's going to keep us motivated, keep us, preventing from being complacent, which it sounds like you don't have any plans of slowing down anytime
Oh,
soon.
no, no, no,
Super
no.
exciting. So,
Oh,
what do you think, in your own words, like what do you think the long term impact is going to be for you since getting into this community? What's the long term goal for you?
my long-term goal, and I know I'm going to get there because of this program, I know I'm going to get there, is to be at $10,000 a month, have employees, and build even higher. I would like to have what a hair salon looks like, but a brow bar with maybe 4 or 5 brow artists and, you know, receptionists, just having that salon, but just brow focused. And I
Absolutely.
know this is going to get me there. And I think because of this program, that's why I get those butterflies, that nervous feeling,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's going to come sooner than I thought.
Right.
You know, as long as I do the work and I have the support and the knowledge and everything that you're going to help me along with, I know I'm going to get there. I know I'm going to get
Absolutely.
there.
I love it. It's a perfect mentality to have. We're gonna make it happen. I can't wait. So,
Yes.
like, what would you say to someone who? I have two questions for you. What would you say to someone who is thinking about getting some help, whether it be yes or not, like who's thinking about investing
Yep.
in themselves or their business, and who's ultimately stuck, but looking for the right next step? Number one. But number two, who would be like, what would you say to someone who's already invested into like Real Beauty Bosses, the elite program, who's maybe skeptical about getting the same results as you or just not getting there yet? So two separate questions. First is for someone who's like thinking about investing in themselves. We'll start with that one.
Okay.
What would you say to someone who's thinking about doing something for their business? They're just not sure. Like most people are. I'm
That's true.
skeptical. I'm not sure. Is this a scam? Like, what would you say to
Um,
someone who's in that
Lord,
point right now?
what I would say to them is that they need to do their research. They need to go on your website. They need to actually make that phone call appointment. They have to make the appointment and talk to someone from Real Beauty Bosses so they can have that one-on-one, so they can show that, you know, Real Beauty Bosses can say, listen, this is how we can help you build. But they have to really want to.
Right.
They have to really want to. And if they're really looking for someone to partner with, to go online, to reach out, make that phone call. Because I think the phone call for me was key because that solidified that connection. So
Absolutely.
that's what I would really push them to do, is to make that phone call and really sit down and talk to you guys.
Awesome. And then what about someone who's had the phone call, they're in the process now and just haven't taken enough action to get the results yet? What would you
Okay.
say?
I've been on a few calls so far, but some of the things that I notice is that people will say, well, it's not, why isn't that working for me? But then they'll say, I haven't watched the modules. I haven't done the work. I don't fill out my dip sheet every day. So I would say that if you really want to get what you are looking for out of this program, trust the program, trust the information, and trust the process to really start at the beginning and work it through. Figure out where they got stuck and then reach out to you guys to say, hey, I'm stuck. Help me past this point.
I love it. Awesome. And what would you say to someone who's on the fence, whether this process and program works or not?
Oh, jump. Like, definitely do it. Again, trust the program and do the work. Just jump for it and go for it. You won't, if you try and you really put everything into it, you're not going to be disappointed.
I love it. Well, I think it's so awesome to hear from your word of mouth. Like, the posts and the screenshots are cool, but it's so much better to talk one-on-one and actually get to hear and see how this is all happening. So that's a lot of the questions I have, Kathy. So, like, do you feel, is there anything else that you'd like to share to someone who may be watching this that's really looking to take their business to the next level that you feel like has been impactful or worked for you so far?
I think the only thing I can't push hard enough is, everything they need to grow is right here. It's right in front of them, that they have to do the work. They have to just take that leap of faith and just do the work. And with the information you give them, they'll grow.
Yeah.
They'll definitely grow. If they don't grow, it's because of something holding them back.
Yeah. I mean, let's ask this question. Like, how long, like, I mean, you said it only took you hours. I don't want to even ask the same question. I was going to say, like, a lot of people think it takes more time than it does. But I think it really just takes the dedication and the focus to be able to just actually go through the content, go through the modules, show up to the coaching calls, and actually just take the time to implement. Because no one else is going to do it for you, right?
Do the work, physically follow through.
I love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Kathy, I really appreciate you taking the time out today. We can hang out a little bit after, talk through any situations you have, but anyone who's watching this, definitely, if you're looking for any words of wisdom, motivation, strategies, Kathy is in the Real Beauty Bosses Elite group. You should totally reach out to her. We want you guys to get connected with each other. So that's why they do these videos, and that's why we're building an awesome community. So thank you, Kathy. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.